Boruto episode 187 has just landed, and I mean this when I say that the anime from here on out will never quite be the same. We've come a long way. Years of pain and suffering at times have led to this moment. Kara are now 100% here to stay, and Kawaki, yes that's right, Kawaki, the guy we've all waited for from episode 1, is finally here. So let's jump into this episode and discuss just what made it so great for the series' future. We begin with Kashin Koji summoning a toad, killing Ao as Ao saves Boruto at the final moment, dying as a shinobi like he truly always was. But the important bit here is the toad. There's really not many people with toad summon contracts. So the question on everyone's mind is, how does this seemingly evil character have the contract for a toad? Oh, you think the questions just stop there? Just you wait. This episode had more brain teasers for its audience. In the fight between Kashin Koji and Konohamaru, Kashin Koji uses the Rasengan. Yes, that's right, the Rasengan. The jutsu only a select few of Konoha legends know how to use, yet this man can also use it. And it was even made clear in this episode to avoid any confusion that this Rasengan is not just some fake from a ninja tool. This one was the real deal. And now let me just tell you, anime onlys, I am keeping these reviews spoiler free, don't worry. However, what I will say is, you see this man right here, this guy will 100% be, for a lot of you, your favourite member of Kara at some point in time. I am sure of it. He is a game changer. On to some more negative points here, I guess you could say. I won't go into him too much here, as I'm sure there's going to be a lot of other YouTubers who can rip into this dude much more than me. But I've got to say, man, when I first saw Konohamaru as a Jonin and the leader of Team 7 all those years ago, my hype was unimaginable. But fast forward to now, and it's sort of sad to watch, to be honest. This dude is constantly being turned into a punching bag and being saved by others. Quite often, these students he's meant to be protecting, like in this very episode and the one before it. And I understand that the anime probably does this sometimes to make villains seem stronger than they actually are, because they can pull the whole, "oh well, they defeated a Leaf Jonin, he must be strong" card. Only for them to usually be beaten by 10-year-olds anyway. But can the anime at some point just make Konohamaru look cool again, please? Hashtag make Konohamaru cool again. Like, who remembers that huge Rasengan he did a few years ago against that one dude? That was, and still is, probably the highlight of his career in Boruto. Anyway, back to the episode. We finally got to witness karma this week. Boruto's curse mark is finally awakened, and we can see what he had during the time skip in action. He saves Konohamaru and the others by absorbing the jutsu in the exact same way that Momoshiki could. What was really interesting is that Kashin Koji knew of this power, and even knew that it came from Momoshiki, showing that Kara are 100% aware of what went down. But that's not all that Kashin Koji knew. Kashin Koji knew who Boruto was, knew Konohamaru was a Sarutobi. He even knew Mitsuki was Orochimaru's son. That information is top secret, and yet he knew. And this is the beauty of the anime. In the manga, it wasn't really clear how he knew all of this information. But in the anime, we can now begin to connect the dots, and they lead back to this dude. That one Kara outer from the Mitsuki arc. He would have been the one to inform Kara of the existence of Orochimaru's son, as he himself had done experiments on him, which is just yet another shining example of the anime filling in the many gaps the manga leaves behind. And after learning of this karma's existence and the fact that Momoshiki chose Boruto, Kashin Koji leaves them alone. An interesting decision to say the least. Moving on from that though, to one of the most game-changing, groundbreaking, monumental moments that this series has. The introduction of Kawaki. Yes, that's right, the kid we all know from episode 1 is finally here. 187 episodes in, he's finally here and he's here to stay. We see that the puppets who were protecting the vessel from Kara were trying to engage with Kawaki, but Kawaki ultimately defeated them. And I just want to bring this up, okay? We know that Kara is after their vessel, right? Who else is a vessel in this series? Boruto. I just want to put that out there for the anime onlys to piece together, because as much as I hate the arc, the time slip arc and that piece of dialogue in particular was some quite frankly fantastic foreshadowing from the anime. And so I'll give credit where credit is due. And what's even better than the introduction of Kawaki and everything that comes with it is that next week we will see him in action. And like I said about Kashin Koji, you are gonna love Kawaki too. I promise you. I can't wait. And so I think I'm going to end it there. I know some people were a little bit let down with the animation this week and said it was probably below par, but it still wasn't terrible if you get what I mean, so it is what it is at the end of the day in that sense. So get in the comment section down below, let me know what you guys had to make of this episode, give it a rating out of 10, I'm super interested to see if you guys enjoyed it just as much as me. Also make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're not already to become a member of the Senpai Squad. We will have more Boruto content coming your way very, very soon. But as always, until then, peace.